All right, everyone. So for today's training, we're going to be talking about using the internet and how to kind of have a great, more efficient experience while using the internet and using your internet browsers. And so it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be one that you'll maybe want to go back and review in YouTube at a later time because we're going to cover some details here, but it's something that will be really good for you to go back and review and really learn some of the skills we're going to talk about today, because it'll just, I think, do you well long term. So before we get started, Ellie, are you at the Mission Africa office?
I am at the Mission Africa office right now.
Do you mind turning on your camera and showing us our new classroom?
Oh, okay. So everybody,
I'm
here's a new
Go ahead.
classroom. Okay.
Be there, son. Say hello.
Yeah. So,
Hi, everyone. Can you see me?
Hi, Duty. Uh,
hello, guys.
so show them
Ah,
around. What do we got?
okay. So we've got these are tables. This is Ndudi. You guys can see Ndudi.
Hi.
Okay. Thank you. So this is the front. This is the front. This is the desk. And then this is, I'll show you guys this way. That's Akuna and Ndudi. And then, yeah, this is
Hey,
how the place. Yeah, it isn't beautiful. Looks good. Huh? We have more space. Yeah,
we
we
got
can move
laptops
around.
for everybody. They
Yeah,
can
laptop for
laptop
everybody, and
there.
then there's a chair for the assistant. Yeah, so
I love it.
yeah,
I love
yeah, it
it.
looks like a normal class. So put some poster here. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah,
I love it. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing. We
yeah,
we just got all this set up for you guys. So I wanted to encourage you guys, if you haven't been to Mission Africa for some of our in-person classes, to
yeah.
definitely come check us out. I just letting someone else in the room there. So if you can keep your camera on for a second, Margaret just joined us. Make sure she sees it. Um,
Okay,
but we have room for 16 students, right? I think we have
yeah,
four.
16.
Yep.
One, yeah, four.
No, I tried both of them, even the other one.
So we have room for 16 students. We have laptops for everyone with Windows, and they're going to have Microsoft programs on them. You'll be able to come in during class to use them, but we're also going to have office hours available. Ellie is normally there on Tuesdays and Thursdays prior to class, and you can come in and just use it if you just need to get some practice in, or you want to take some assessments in North Star or whatever you want to do. This is our space. We own this space, so we don't have to move our tables. We don't have to move our laptops. This is all for us to be able to do our classes. So I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys are too. Thank you, Ellie. That's fantastic.
Thank you,
And thank you guys for getting that set up, Ellie. It looks really good.
thank you.
All right. So yes, so we'll be moving into this classroom, our first class. We don't have class this Saturday because there's going to be a conference at the Mission Africa office. And so we will not be there this Saturday. So please do not show up at Mission Africa this Saturday. They will be in a conference. But we will resume in-person classes next Tuesday, which is going to be what, the 16th of January. We'll resume classes there and we'll be in our new classroom. So looking forward to seeing some of you guys there. I can just look at who's on the call right now and I see some of you guys. We're in class on Tuesday this week, Jane. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to just share my screen and go with you guys. So here we go. Okay. All right. So obviously this is our desktop here. And so from our desktop, there's a couple of ways to get to the actual internet, right? So you have the start menu over here in the bottom left. So if I click start here, then I can search here for how to get to the internet. So a couple of the different apps that we use are this one right here, Microsoft Edge. That one's okay. I think we've talked about these in a previous class. It's okay, not my favorite, not my preferred. We also have Firefox. So notice I just typed in the search engine and it comes up. If your computer has Firefox on it, it'll show up here and you can just click here to open that app. I'll just click and show you what it looks like. So this is Firefox. So anytime you see that signal, you know that you're in Firefox. I want to go back here and click the start menu again. And then I'm going to go up here to the search box and I'm going to go ahead and search this time for Chrome. So this is my preferred internet browser that I like to use. If you have a Google account, it's going to sync with your Gmail account really well so that you don't have to put in the password every time that you log into Gmail. Because as I'll demonstrate here, you can click on Chrome and here you can see all the different profiles within Google that I've logged into. So I've logged in as my business. This is my personal. This is my wife's business email address, my wife's personal. We have info and Mission Africa accounts. Today, I'm just going to be working in my business one. So notice when I click this, it has a profile and it just automatically logs me in up here at the top. And now I can see that I'm logged in as Eric at SSA. So SSA is my wife and I. It's our company. Stands for summitsupportwa.com. And so, yeah, I can see that I'm logged into my account. So now I can just click Gmail and it goes straight to my email here. Really easy. I don't have to log in. I don't have to put the password in or anything like that. Makes it really easy to get to where I want to go. Additionally, when you're working in Google Chrome, again, my preferred internet browser, you see that I added a tab here. So these are tabs at the top left. So I can add as many tabs as I like so that you can multitask and do multiple things. So maybe you have your Gmail open. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Zoom account. Let's just sign in there real quick. So now here is my Zoom account. So there's my Zoom account showing all of our upcoming meetings. I have my email open. Maybe I want to open up North Star because I want to work on some training there. Maybe I want to open up, let's do, I don't know, ESPN because I want to check on some sports updates or something. I've also got, I'm going to do Christian Faith. I'm sorry, Pacific Christian Academy, Federal Way. So this is my daughter's school. So maybe I'm checking her grades. And then lastly, let's say I want to do some shopping on Amazon.com. And so it's really nice to have these tabs because as I click each tab and I'm left clicking each one of these tabs, you can do multiple things at the same time in the same browser. So I have multiple things going on. You could log into your bank, whatever you want to do, and you don't have to have multiple windows. So if I hit this button here, this will shrink my window a little bit. So a window, which is what this is a window. This window has multiple tabs. And I can move this window around by clicking here at the top of the window. I just click and hold, and I click and drag, and it just moves around nice and easy. I can move it to another screen if you had multiple screens. This button here will, so this is a toggle button. You noticed earlier it shrunk the screen. Now, if I click it, it's going to go to maximize the screen. So it's going to take up the entire screen, no matter what size it is. So again, a toggle button means that it's basically like a light switch. It can turn on and it can turn off. So I click this button, it shrinks my window. I can move it around. I hit it again, it takes it back up top. If I hit the button to the left, this one is to minimize. This will shrink the window all the way off the desktop. But as you can see down here at the bottom of my screen, this is Chrome. And you see that there is a line under the Chrome. That means that there's an active window there. That means that there's an active window in Chrome. And so if I just move my mouse over it, it gives me a little bit of a preview. I can click it now and it opens it right back up. So again, if you're multitasking and you're working on multiple different things while you're in this window and you just want to move it completely out of the way because you want to do something different, you can click this minimize button here. And then you can, again, click it here and move it back up. So, quick little review. What does this button do here? Anyone? You feel free to unmute if you want. This button here at the top. It's a toggle button, but what does it do if I click it right now?
You start typing.
Well, what does this button do? The button up here all the way in the top right. So this button here, of course, will close the entire window. But what does this button do here? If I click this, what is it going to do?
Full screen or
It's going to kind of shrink my window, remember? So that it doesn't take up the whole screen, because maybe I want to do something different. Maybe I want to have a little notepad up or do something different. So it just shrinks the window so that you have more room to work over here in this area. But if all you want to do is browse the internet, you can just come here and click this again, and it will take up the entire window. Okay. So let's see. What are these called at the top? I have multiple of them open. Who can remind us what these are called?
Icons.
Not quite icons. Icons are on our desktop. What are these different sections that I have open up here in the internet browser?
yes, windows. Set windows.
These are called, I'll put it in the chat, they're called tabs.
Apps.
Yep. So each one of these is a tab. And of course, the benefit to having these tabs is that you can multitask and work on multiple things at the same time in the same window. Okay. So I'm just going to shrink it again. To move the window, you can just click and hold, move it right, move it left. If you go right to the edge here, so maybe I wanted to shrink it even more. Notice when my mouse is here, it's just a normal mouse. But if I move my mouse right to the edge, you see how my mouse cursor changes now to these arrows? That is telling me that I can stretch this window up and down right now. So again, if I click and hold, notice how I can stretch it up and down. Let me let someone in the room. Admit. Okay. So again, when I see this, I know I can click and hold and stretch it up and down to get more of a view. Same thing on the side. When I come to the side, notice that my mouse changes again. And then now I have an option to stretch it left and right. So if I want a wider view, I can click and hold once my cursor changes to that arrow, and I can just stretch it out. Okay. This is really useful when maybe you're multitasking and you don't want to take up the whole screen, but you want to take up a portion of the screen, where you can come in and you can stretch and pull and make it the size window that you want to make it. And then the last option is you can do both at the same time. So from any corner, I'll show you from over here. Notice that when I go to the corners, I get that arrow, but now it's going kind of at a 45-degree angle. That is indicating that I can move my window up and to the right and left. So up, down, left, and right at the same time. So you see I'm shrinking it, I'm stretching it, I'm making it longer. I'm also making it taller, I'm making it short, I can make it wide, I can make it long, etc. So again, a really nice feature for when you want to be able to maybe get multiple windows on the same screen here, because you can see I'm just taking up a portion of the screen. So let's say I wanted to open up a new window and set it right next to it. So now this is my personal email over here. And let's say I wanted to open up and do something with the ACFE. Okay, so I wanted to come to a website. I wanted to come here and I wanted to do something over here while also working over here. So now I can have two windows. And note the term window is different than tab, because within a window, so this window here has 3 tabs. Three different things we're working on here. And in the second window over here, we have the Amazon, the Pacific Christian Academy, and different options that we're working on. And so you have two different windows, and each window has multiple tabs. And so again, using these corners here, you can shrink, you can make things bigger, you can make things wider, and you can really customize your screen. One last thing I want to show you, and this is going to happen really quick. So let's say you have two windows and you want to split the size of the windows 100%, like 50-50 in the window. So for instance, you want to get both of these on there. One of them is, let's say, really small right now. What you can do is you can pull one right to the edge, and you see how it kind of shows a shadow of it. So when you release it, so let's say I release right now, and then it says, hey, so this window is going to take up half the screen. What do you want to do with the other half of the screen? And I'm going to say, I want to use my other internet. So notice it splits the screen directly in half. And now I have two things on the same screen, and they're both taking up exactly 50% of the screen. So again, let's say, so that's an example of having two things. Let's say I had a third thing open. I'm just going to shrink it a little bit here. 1 second. I'm just going to shrink that. So again, if I bring it all the way to the edge and I get that shadow, then it allows me to split the screen there. Okay. All right. I'm going to go here again. Okay. And so this is very, very, very helpful. As you're on your computers, I will show you guys shortly how to do the same thing on your phones. Because I know probably the majority of you are searching the internet on your phone. So we'll talk about that in a little bit too. Any questions so far? No questions. All right, sounds good. All right, so let's keep talking about tabs a little bit. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs in this particular window that we're looking at right now. So let's say that you decided, you know what? I don't want to have to keep clicking over to Amazon. I'm doing most of my work on Amazon, but I want to also keep these open. Maybe you want Amazon to have its own window. That's completely fine. If that's what you want to do, you can click on Amazon, click and hold, and you can just drag it out because right now it's part of this window. If you click and hold on that tab, you can just pull it out. And now it has its own window. And now in window 1 here, we still have our 6 tabs, but we pulled out the 7th tab and we put it in its own window. So again, if you're multitasking over here and you're shopping over here, that's completely fine. Maybe you pull up an email that someone sent you over here and it's got like a shopping list in it. And so you're reading the shopping list, and then over here, you're actually doing the shopping. Maybe you want, oh my goodness, there's so many different little things. Indoor heater, right? Because somebody said they want an indoor heater. So you check your email, and you come over to this window, and you can do your shopping over here. If you have a tab or a window and you want to bring it back over to include it in the first window, you can click and hold and just drag it back over and just drop it right in there. Okay. And now we have all of our tabs in the same window. Okay. Pretty cool, I think. It's very helpful to be able to do multiple things. As I'm working my job, or even when I'm paying bills or doing whatever I'm doing at home, I use this function every single day to make sure that I'm just being efficient and not losing information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and show you guys how to make some bookmarks. So just like a book, we can make bookmarks in our browser. So this again, Chrome, which is this sign here and this sign here. Chrome is a internet browser. I would say it's the most popular one out there. Safari, if you use an iPhone, you're probably very familiar with using Safari. And when you're in here, using bookmarks is just a faster way to access websites that you frequent. So just like in a book, if you bookmark a book, it allows you to find your spot much faster than having to flip through the pages and look for where was I in the book? Was I on page 100 or 120? So it gives you a lot of flexibility and allows you just to move around the internet faster. So let's look around our internet browser here, first of all. This line up here, so this kind of window area here is where you can search or you can put in a web address. So every internet website has an address. And if you type in the address wrong, it's not going to take you where you want to go. So if you put in amaz.com, it does not take you to Amazon because that's not what you spelled. So it's very important when you're entering a what we call a URL or a web address to a particular site that you want to go to, that you either up here in this area, again, this is the address bar. We can either Google Amazon. So you can search for Amazon in this search bar here, and it'll pull up what it thinks you're looking for. So here we see Amazon.com. So if you wanted to go to Amazon.com, you would just click this link here. And it's going to take you to Amazon.com, and you know that you're at the right place. Also, we can, let's see, bookmark this. So let's say you come to Amazon.com a lot. So you don't want to have to always type in Amazon.com. One thing you can do is bookmark this page. So let's go here all the way to the right. Again, in the URL area, but all the way to the right, you have this star here. And what does that star say? It says bookmark this tab. So when you click this, it's now going to bookmark this website to make it much easier to get to next time. So I'm going to click it, and it says it's going to add it to the bookmark bar. I'm going to hit done, and it should be right here. I'm going to move it over here just so you guys can see it. So this is the bookmark bar, which is right below the address bar. So we have the address bar again. This is where you can add a bookmark to a website. And then right below it, you can see I have various items here. These are websites that I have bookmarked because I frequent them often. Over here, I have a folder for an organization I belong to, and it has multiple bookmarks under that folder. So this is for an organization I belong to called the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. And there's a bunch of different websites that I use as a part of that organization and a member and being on their board. And so they're all right here in one place. I don't have to remember the websites or the logins. Everything is right here. And so now that I've bookmarked Amazon, I'm going to show you what it can do. So I'm going to close that tab. I'm going to close most of these tabs out. I want to add a new tab. But now instead of having to type Amazon.com, look what I can do. I can come here to my bookmark bar and say, where's Amazon? Where is it? Oh, it's right there. And all I have to do is put my mouse over it and click it, and it takes me straight to Amazon. Right? So no more having to remember websites and so forth. You can do it all right here. So let's say we wanted to make multiple bookmarks. Where else do we shop at? Shopify.com. I'm just going to go to a few retailers here. Costco.com, Fred Meyer. Where else do you guys shop at? Somebody give me a website you shop at. Anybody? Let's do BestBuy.com. Clothing, let's do Ralph. R-A-U, how do you spell it? Oh, Ralph. Ralph Lauren. Let's say you want to go do some shopping for some clothes. Ladies, what's your favorite place? Let's do Nordstrom, maybe. So let's say you're a big shopper and you want to keep all of your shopping places, all your favorite websites where you like to shop for clothes and or electronics or whatever. And so we're going to bookmark all of these websites. So we got Nordstrom. I'm going to bookmark it. So the first key to bookmarking is to go to the website you want to bookmark, and then always in the address bar, you'll have the URL or the address to that particular website. And then over here, you have that star, right? So I'm going to bookmark it. It's called Nordstrom Online, and it's going to put it in the bookmark bar. Okay, so I can close that out. Let's see. Here we have Ralph Lauren. I'm going to bookmark that to the bookmark bar. Okay, they're all adding up over here. Now, because I ran out of bookmark space here, it's just adding it here where I can show additional bookmarks. So if I click that, you can see we have Nordstrom and we have Polo. I'm going to keep bookmarking some of these sites. Best Buy, bookmarked. Costco, bookmarked. Shopify, bookmarked. And we already did Amazon. Okay. And so now I can come back here. Again, I ran out of space for my bookmarks, but I can have additional bookmarks over here. So if I click that 2 arrow button, it's going to show me the rest of my bookmarks. So I have one for Nordstrom. I have one here for Polo, Best Buy, Costco, etc. But we don't really want to have to go find these hidden ones because these can sometimes get lost because they're just not right here in front of you. So what I like to do is make a folder, just like I have here, a folder that has related bookmarks inside of it. For example, here on the bookmark bar, so again, we have lots of different things here, but if you right click, so not a left click, but if we right click, it brings up a menu, and then I can do add folder there. And I'm going to call this folder, I love shopping. I'm going to hit save. And over here, it made a folder called I love shopping. But again, I don't want it to be over here in my hidden bookmarks. I want this to actually be in my visible bookmark bar. So I'm just going to click and hold down here. I'm going to drag this over here to my bookmark bar. So now I have a folder here. There's nothing in it yet, but I'm going to move a lot of those bookmarks that we made earlier, these ones for Shopify and Costco and Best Buy and Polo, Nordstrom. We're going to move those into this folder where you can then have all of your shopping websites, and you don't have to ever type them in again because you bookmarked them. So again, it's empty. So again, I just have to go find that bookmark. So let's say Nordstrom. I'm going to click and hold. If I click and release, it's going to go to Nordstrom. If I come here and then I click and hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, and drop it right on top of I love shopping. And then let's see what happens. Now under I love shopping folder, we have a bookmark for Nordstrom. So I'm going to do that with the rest of them. Let's bring Polo over. Let's bring Best Buy over. Let's bring Costco over. And let's bring Shopify over. So there we go. So now again, if I close out my internet browser and let's say I was just starting fresh, I'm going to go ahead and open up Chrome. And here I have my folder that says I love shopping. And here's my favorite websites for shopping. No more having to remember that website that someone sent you. If you go to a website that you think you might visit again, I would encourage you to bookmark it. So let's look at it. Best Buy. And again, I can just open up new tabs to open up each site. Open up a new tab. Let's go to Costco. Are there any questions on bookmarks? That's a lot of information, which is why I would encourage you to go back and maybe review this lesson in YouTube. We're going to post it within the next 48 hours or so. We'll have this up on our YouTube channel. Any questions on this? Nobody? Okay. Sounds good. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate one more. So I have my shopping, I have my CFE. Now I'm going to make one. I'm just going to delete this one. So if there's a bookmark that you don't use anymore, you can also come up to it here on your bookmark bar and right click it, and you can delete it, and it'll remove that bookmark. I'm going to make one more folder here, because as you guys can see, I have a lot of things here marked up on my bookmark bar. I need a folder for these training classes that we've been doing for computer training. So I'm going to make a folder where I can keep all my computer training websites. So I'm going to add a folder. I'm going to call it computer training. And I'm going to hit save. Now, again, it saved it over here. It's empty. So I'm going to just bring it on over here. And then all of these that are here are all related actually to the computer training. So I'm just going to drop each one into that folder. So I'm just dropping all those bookmarks into this folder, helping to keep myself organized. Starting with North Star, that goes in there, and Zoom. I'll leave Zoom out here. Could I use Zoom? Not always related to the computer training classes. So now, as you see, under computer training, I have all of my bookmarks that I need to access in order to do our computer training classes. So I don't have to remember them. It allows me to move a lot quicker, and allows me to provide a better, more efficient web browsing experience because I don't have to remember all the websites that I want to go to. Okay. Last call for questions on internet browsers or using tabs like we showed here earlier. Okay. Got it. Okay, so now I would like to show you guys how to do this on your phone. So I'm going to just connect my phone really quick to our screen sharing. There it is. Okay. And can you guys see my phone? You should be able to.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now from my phone, so this is my iPhone. Again, most of you guys are probably familiar with this. If you have an iPhone, it would work very similar if you were on a Android device or a Windows device. So again, normally we would use Safari to browse the internet if we're on our iPhone. So I'm just going to open up Safari. That's the blue app at the bottom of my screen. It kind of looks like it has a compass there. So I'm going to open that up. And here you can see I was browsing Q13. I was looking at the weather to see if we were going to get snow. Who else has done that in the last day? Probably all of us. Because we all thought we were going to get a blizzard. Well, it looks like the snow is going to hold off, and it's only going to be down in Portland area. So it's going to be cold, but we're not going to get any snow down here in the lowlands anyway. Got to still go up to the mountains. And so let's say I was here at this website. I ride the train a ton to go back and forth to work at my job in Seattle. And so I have the train schedule bookmarked on my phone because it's just a website. And so I want to show you where they are at. So at the bottom of my screen, you see where it looks like a book at the bottom of my screen? If you have an iPhone, you should see that in Safari also. So if I click on that book, and let me show you guys what I'm talking about here, this book right here. So you see that book right there? So I'm going to click on that book. Okay. And there you can now, let's see. Oh, there it is. So there, now you can see my bookmarks. I just clicked on that book and notice that we have several different things that have come up there at the bottom. You see digital navigation intake, S-Line Lakewood. So S-Line Lakewood, that is the train schedule that I access all the time, but I can never remember the website of how to get there. This is a very specific website. So I bookmarked it. And now if I just click on if I just click on this one right here, where it says S-Line, Lakewood, Tacoma, I'm just going to click that. And it goes to the Sound Transit website. I can scroll down. And let's say I'm looking to see what time can I get out of Seattle and head back home on the train. So I want to go here. I'm looking at the southbound train and I'm going to leave King Street in Seattle and I want to get off in Puyallup. So I'm going to click on Puyallup and it's going to pull up the schedule. And I can see here that if I get on the 2:35 p.m. train, that I will be back in Puyallup by 3:17. So that's really easy. I don't have to continuously look for and search for the location of this website. I can just simply bookmark it, and then it's easy to go back there anytime I want. So again, let's say I was on ESPN and I'm at the office and I'm trying to think, what time am I going to get out of here? Again, from ESPN, I can just go to my bookmarks and see that it brings up all the things that I had bookmarked. I can click on S-Line again, S-Line Seattle bookmark, and it's going to take me straight to that page where again, I can check the train schedule. So let me show you how to do this. So from your phone in Safari, let's say you, let me think, what's up? Let's say you just like to check the news and you like Q13 News. That's your favorite place to go check the news in the morning or while you're commuting or in transit, whatever you got going on. So if you want to bookmark this site from your phone, it's very easy. Again, from the bottom of your screen, you see this little kind of box with the up pointer right there. So if you click on that, you can see it brings up a menu where you can send this link to someone. So you could send this website to someone. But if you scroll up, there's an option right here to add as a bookmark. Okay. Sorry about that. It's a little bit slow. Let me clear that. So right here, there's an option to add as a bookmark. So all you have to do is just click that, add bookmark. It comes up with an automatic name for it and just hit save. So save is right here in the top corner. So you hit save. And now if I close this site out and let's say I'm on the Mission Africa website and I'm looking at what's going on in Mission Africa and digital navigation and training. And then I say, oh, I want to go check the news really quick. Again, I don't have to go back and find the Q13 website. I can just click the little book at the bottom, right here, because remember we bookmarked it. And note that any new bookmarks go all the way to the bottom. So as I scroll up, I need to go through all my different bookmarks, And the last one down there at the bottom is the last bookmark that we made, Fox 13 News. Just click that, and it's automatically going to take me to that website. This is very easy to do, and I think this is something that hopefully will empower you guys to be able to use the internet more efficiently, whether you're on your phone or you are on the internet, on a laptop or something like that. Any questions on bookmarking on your phone or on the laptop? I'm going to take the last few minutes. I just want to say hi. Hi. Let me just spotlight myself so y'all can see me. So I hope class went well for you guys. That's our class today. It was recorded and I'll be posting this one to YouTube pretty shortly. Again, very detailed class. Apologize about that. I think if you go back to our YouTube page, which I will post here in a second, let me just pull that up. If you go to our YouTube page, I think you're going to find that this is going to be a helpful session for you. Here is our YouTube page right there. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.